So time to check on the two teams, and for Dublin it's a team with a largely familiar ring about it. The main worry, of course, in the full back line, Dermot Deasy missing the match because of injury. Paddy Moore named at full back with Kieran Walsh and Keith Galvin for company, although as we heard there it may well be that Kieran Walsh will step into the centre to mark Peter Canavan. As usual, Charlie Redmond wears number 13 but will play top of the left, while further interchange is expected between Paul Clarke and Dessie Farrell on that half-forward line. So the beginning of the parade, a proud moment for both teams. Art McCrory and Eugene McKenna, the joint managers, resist the temptation to make any changes, so it's as you were from the Ulster final and indeed the All-Ireland semi. Fergal Logan continuing his partnership in midfield with Jody Gormley, while Kieran Loughrane remains at wing forward and Stephen Lawn confirmed at top of the left. The Lawns are twins, the Canavans brothers, while the Devlins are just related in sport, and a little quest for All-Ireland medals as well. The Canal End belongs to the fans from Tyrone, but if you look right around the ground here, they are very, very well supported. So referee Paddy Russell poised to start this final. Dessie Farrell goes into centre half forward. That's no great surprise. So now who will it be? Dublin looking for their 22nd All-Ireland title. Tyrone looking for a first. Paul Beelan stumbling. Pascal Canavan's in straight away. Peter Canavan here opting to kick it from the hands. He missed a few in the semi-final with that same tactic, but this one is absolutely perfect. So that free by Peter Canavan gives the Ulster champions the lead. Back from Dinky McBride to Logan. Jim Gavin going back, goal side, prods it away. Comes to Canavan, Peter Canavan. His brother just alongside him. Here's Jody Gormley. That's a great start for Tyrone, and Jody Gormley kicks over their third point. Well, they were slow to settle, as we know, against Cork, and then showed a maturity. Keith Barr across towards Dessie Farrell. Dessie against Faye Devlin. That's an awkward angle, but he makes very little of it. Des Farrell gets his first point, and Dublin take the lead for the first time. So here's a chance once again for Peter Canavan.
I noticed Peter is starting to kick quite a number of the balls from the ground today. He kicked most of them from his hands in the semi-final. That's true. I think this was a very wise tactic.
And that's another wonderful kick. Sides level yet again. 4 points for Peter Canavan. 5 points apiece. It certainly is a seesaw battle, as they say. Dublin then with their noses just in front. Paul Beelan kicked into the inside forward line, and here's Jason Sherlock and a favourable touch that time. Still Sherlock, and who'll complete the race? It's in! And it's Charlie Redmond who scored. Injuring himself in the process. He'll make light of that. There was just a little misunderstanding in the Tyrone backline. Jason Sherlock in initially, and Charlie, who's had many disappointments in All-Ireland finals, he was in here. Watch Jason Sherlock just touch it forward under the falling body of McConnell, and in came Charlie, and he was not going to be stopped. Well, a bit like a rugby player racing for the line. Just saw the white of the line, in he came, as if his life depended upon it. He made it his. Paul Curran setting up another attack with Paul Clarke roaming all over the field. Back to Curran once again. Kieran Corr in vain pursuit, but here's Curran. He's a marvellous footballer, embellishing a wonderful performance in this final with his first point, and Dublin now lead by double scores. 3 minutes to go to the break. So here's perhaps the start of the comeback. Needs to be on target, and is. 6 points for Peter Canavan from Eric O'Huron, taking the acclaim of the Tyrone fans. 4 points between the teams. I think that's what the referees decided. Charlie collided there initially with Fergal Logan, then an attempted headbutt.
There's so much at stake here, you know, for Dublin today, and they're going to really go at it now from here in.
Having a chat with Willie O'Mahony, who's also the standby referee. He's gone back to talk to Charlie Redmond again. Did he in fact send him off a few minutes ago, and Charlie continued? This is very confusing. I've never seen anything like this in an All-Ireland final. I think he has sent him off. So Dublin are indeed down to 14 players.
I'm telling you now, Tyrone, this will put it up to Dublin now. When it's often the team, you know, often play better when they are down to 14 men.
Well, you know what happened in '83.
It's a big misfortune, of course, sir.
But Tyrone now have the chance. 3 points behind. Paul Devlin kicks it into Peter Canavan. Lovely turn by Canavan. And the tight control not quite tight enough. Back there's Paul Beelan. What a match he's playing. Here's Jim Gavin. So now it's up to the 14 men of Dublin to roll up the sleeves. Kieran Corr. In '83, it finished 12 against 14. Good ball inside there. Kieran Walsh goes down. John O'Leary making the save. Well, I have to say, Mick O'Dwyer, I can never recall an incident like that where a player stayed on for about 3 minutes after he was effectively sent off.
Yeah, I thought he...
Paul Curran, 13 minutes left. Touchdown by Seamus McCallum. Follows it on himself. Now the loose player we were telling you about, who is Paul Devlin. He's the extra man. Ooh, cops a high one there from Paul Beelan. We've now played 3 minutes of added time. There can't be much more. Dublin lead by a point. Keith Barr kicks it, and Dublin are the All-Ireland champions from 1995. They did hang on. They were down to 14 men after goal scorer Charlie Redmond was sent off in somewhat bizarre circumstances. Pat O'Neill has finally triumphed. So Sam Maguire finally rests by the Liffey. By just a point, however. Dublin won 10, Tyrone 12 points. The Bank of Ireland Football Championship is won by Dublin. Biddy Early is resting happy in the heavens with Biddy Mulligan. Dublin take a 22nd title. This is the trophy, the new Sam Maguire Cup. Meath won the last one in 1988. Who'll take home this one in 1996? Pat McEnany takes charge, still plays his football with the Portduff club in Monaghan. So away we go. A huge leap in the air by Jimmy McGuinness straight away. Remember, it's Meath who play into the very strong breeze in the first half. Here's Maurice Sheridan, difficult one for a right-footed kicker. Dropped in, and McDermott drops it down, but there's a waiting Meath back there to help him. And the tension early on, overflowing. My goodness. It really is ridiculous. Well, they all got involved. And some of them are still involved, just to the right of picture. Started in front of goal, and that was the sequel. And that's John Casey down there, having chipped a knock to the face.
Well, I think that the referee is going to have to take some action there. That was disgraceful scenes.
The referee is still in consultation with his two linesmen and also an umpire. But it really is impossible to pinpoint where all of that got to. And they're both being sent off, it seems. Oh, sensation of sensations here. Only about 7.5 minutes gone. About 6.5 minutes of action. The replay, you remember, in '88 saw Meath down to 14 players, but this time both sides are down to 14 in the very early stages of the final. As we watch James Horan press forward, an All-Ireland final which still hasn't a score, but now amend that. the first tie. James Horan gets the first point. And it's Mayo 1, Meath no score. Nicely over the bar. So Meath off the mark eventually. Hard, tough battle so far. Callaghan on for Tommy Dowd. Looking to try and curl one in and boost his own confidence, and he's done exactly that. That'll be a huge lift for the Meath captain, and a huge lift for the fans of the team as well. Playing in around full forward, he's made it 5 points to 2. This is Kennelly. And Finnerty claiming quite clearly he's been held back there. But it's on to PJ Loftus. Here's a goal chance, and he's got it! PJ Loftus, the substitute, doing exactly what the man he replaced did in the original match, finding the back of Conor Martin's net. So all of a sudden it looks a great deal better for Mayo. He's the goal scorer, and it's 1-5 to 2 points. Oh, John Madden coming out, and he hasn't got it. Has it crossed the line? And the referee saying that it's a penalty, I think. But John Madden was just a little indecisive. So here's the chance for Meath to reply instantly. The forward was held back, so the penalty for Trevor Giles. It's almost a repetition of what happened in the semi-final. Will you recall that James Nalla went down to score a goal, and straight away in an instant Kerry were back into it. Will Meath be the ones who'll get a major boost here? Just over a minute after Mayo scored their goal. Here's Trevor Giles against Belden, and a brilliant penalty. That was terrific skill by Trevor Giles. John Madden could only look at that. That's how to take the penalty. We hope for a great deal better in the second half, but it'll be Meath who'll have the wind, having won the toss. They get their way. They are very close to Mayo as we go in at half-time. And the half-time position here is Mayo 1-6, Meath 1-2. Enda McManus taking the first free of the second half down as far as Tommy Dowd. Going for glory with the first kick of the second half. Great point by Tommy Dowd. We've been saying in the build-up that he's due a big one, and this might be the day for the Meath captain. Casey, low ball inside towards James Nalla, goal scorer against Kerry. Back it goes to Casey, and he's got the score. That's a very good point by Casey. It was a good ball to Nallen, and a nice return, and a fine point at the end of all of that. Mayo lead by 3 points. Mayo working it short. Sheridan, this time it's over the bar. Another point for Maurice Sheridan. Lovely, intricate passing movement that time. It ends up being 1-9 to 1-7. Can they seize the initiative once again here as Tommy Dowd breaks it? Expects somebody to come in on it. Graham Garrity, is that somebody? Challenged by Pat Holmes. Free taken very quickly. Tommy Dowd here, tripped, and the referee allows it, I think. The goal counts, and Tommy Dowd has got a goal and 3 points. On for James Nallen. Strong defence there by John McDermott. Out it comes towards James Horan, and Horan has kicked it over, and the sides are level, and they're level for just the first time in this match. Here's Brendan Riley. Will he be the All-Ireland final hero? Trying to set up a chance. The angle shot, and it's gone over the bar. Brendan Riley has kicked his first point of the match with about 18 seconds to go. Delight on Hill 16. Sheridan, possession absolutely of great importance here. Riley in, Fallon challenging, but it's Conor Martin who has it. Meade holding on, Jimmy McGuinness, it's run back by PJ Loftus, Casey has it next. Back from Horan, John Casey taking it out towards Tom Riley, the substitute. The block there, superbly executed, and it's all over. Meath have won the All-Ireland, and it's to Meath, and it's to Tommy Dowd, and the fans are celebrating. It's been a terrific day for them at Croke Park.
Any fan can tell you how a match was won or lost once it's over. It's knowing before it starts that really counts. Featuring exclusive analysis from legends of the game Micheál Murray-Hurtig, Paddy O'Shea and our own in-depth expert previews of all the day's matches, Star Sunday gives you the inside track on what's going to happen, not what happened. Star Sunday. When it comes to GAA coverage, we've raised the bar.
Well, a chance to check on the teams then for this 108th All-Ireland football final. Kerry make two changes from the side that beat Cavan in the semi-final. Killian Burns gets the go-ahead to reclaim the right corner back slot from Sean Burke. Perhaps the real loser here is captain Mike Hassett. His brother Liam now skippers the Kingdom, who also have an alteration among their forwards. Billy O'Shea gets to start in place of Brian Clark. It means that Dara O'Kineda now leads the attack with O'Shea to his right and Maurice Fitzgerald to his left. And the flares are going off up on the canal end, where there are thousands upon thousands of Kerry people, with a couple of refugees from Mayo in there as well. This is the Mayo team. Mayo needed a boost up front after the semi-final against Offaly, where they put 17 wides to the right and to the left of the post. The axe has fallen on James Horan, remembered for scoring 8 points in last year's 2 finals. John Casey gets the call-up, having sat out the entire clash with the Leinster champions. David Heaney gets a second championship call-up in midfield, alongside the very much informed Pat Fallon, while David Nestor is selected on the wing this time, with Maurice Sheridan picked there to play at right half forward. The referee is Brian White from Wexford, his linesmen Brian Crowe from Cavan and Pat Casserly from Westmeath. And the Bank of Ireland All-Ireland final is underway. And straight away it's James Nallen leading it back there towards David Heaney. The youngster, precocious youngster, still coming forward. Mayo trying to make the better start here, and Brian White right on the spot. The kick ahead there by William Kirby. O'Shea back to Parlade. Hassett has just moved ahead of him to the right. Lade going for the score himself. Big cheer up on the canal end, and why not? Kerry have taken the lead. And it's Parlade who's got it. This is about 14 metres out, very acute angle. Looking for Kerry's 4th point at his own 2nd. He's measured it well, and he's put it over the bar. That's a brilliant kick by a brilliant footballer. 2 points for Maurice Fitzgerald. Kerry have made the dream start, and they lead by 4 points to 0. It's a free to Mayo. Maurice Sheridan will take it, hoping to show that what one Maurice can do at one end, another Maurice can do at another. He's 0 from 2 from free so far, however. 46 metres out. MacDonald waiting for it inside, alongside him Stephen Stack. This is one that Mayo urgently require, and he can provide it at last after 23 minutes. Maurice Fitzgerald getting it with the free, and Mayo have something to cheer about. The kick out, Parlade was under it. The Tralee-based bank official going forward with great determination against 3 Mayo players. The pass inside to Liam Hassett. Nallen slow to close him down. Kennelly in chase as well. Good pace here. The Kerry fitness level is very high indeed. Into Parlade. Shades of the goal he got against Clare. This time he fists it over. He did it also in the semi-final. And that's Parlade's 2nd point. He got the 1st point of the match. He's got the latest. It's been a very good first half for the Kingdom. That was Dennis O'Dwyer. not functioning all that terribly well at left half forward at the moment. Instead it's Connelly towards the injured Maurice Sheridan. He stumbles towards it, he's free, and he's got a chance, and he's put it over, but he is limping and limping badly. A third point by Maurice Sheridan. He's their only scorer, and that's the only score from play they've had in the opening half. To Maurice Fitzgerald. Pat Holmes being told by referee Brian White that that's it for the first half. The referee played over 4.5 minutes of injury time, which was warranted because of the injury to Billy O'Shea. Kerry have been much the better team. They've looked sharper in front of goal, they've had more of a cohesion about them, and in Maurice Fitzgerald they have the game's top scorer with 5 points after the opening 39 minutes or thereabouts. And it's Kerry 8 points, Mayo 3. Johnny Crowley a possible target downfield. Nearer to him was William Kirby, doing an awful lot of wonderful selfless running. Now in a scoring situation, the Kerry midfielder shouldered, stumbling, and the referee says it was an unfair shoulder. And Pat Fallon has a bemused look on his face, and Kerry get the free in.
Be the other way around.
Maurice Fitzgerald getting Kerry's first point of the second half and his 6th in all. So as you were at the break, Kerry continuing to lead by 5 points. Out to William Kirby. The Tralee man kicks it in deep. Great ball in. Picked up here by Johnny Crowley. Here's a goal chance, and again it's stopped by the goalkeeper. Superb goalkeeping by Peter Burke. That's 2 certain goals he's averted during the second half, which is only 8 minutes old. And a good ball out to William Kirby. It was Darragh O'Shea who was prominent in the first half, Kirby in the second, and Johnny Crowley again. Where's the marking again, you wonder? And an easy one, unchallenged by the substitute. Johnny Crowley's first point. Kerry 11, Mayo 4. Putting it out here to James Horan. This is where they need his inspiration, like he produced last year with 8 marvellous points in 2 games. To McMenamin, and this time he puts it over the bar. His first point of the day. And they need an awful lot more where that came from. McHale coming to gather. Lovely catch. Pat Fallon. He's got some latitude here. Darragh O'Shea's chasing after him. It's still Fallon, 20 metres out. And he's hit it off the post. Back to Seamus Moynihan. And Kerry breathe a huge sigh of relief. Again, McMenamin goes long. And a chance perhaps presenting itself there. Diarmuid Byrne was the player. It's a penalty. Mayo have got a break. Barry O'Shea deemed to have pulled down Diarmuid Byrne. It looked pretty innocuous, I must say. And Paulie O'Shea won't be one bit happy. But it's a lifeline for Mayo. We are now just 14, nearly 15 minutes into the second half. Declan O'Keefe is poised. He's studied penalties, I can tell you, in the past of Mayo players. But I think he was expecting if there was a penalty, it would be Sheridan. It's MacDonald instead. And he's cracked it home. Mayo are right back in this All-Ireland final. 15 minutes into the second half. The West is awake. Carried forward with pace. Heaney coming up from wing back, trying to engineer something. Back towards James Horan, and he's kicked another one. It's gone over the bar. James Horan, a man for the big occasion, if ever there were one. His first point today, but his 9th point in All-Ireland finals. That's a vital one, because now the margin is down to 2 points. So Maurice Fitzgerald kicks this one deep, right in there, and it's gone over the bar, and that's surely now going to ensure that Kerry, at the very least, don't lose here this afternoon. Fitzgerald has got 9 points, and it's all over, and Kerry have won back the All-Ireland title after a gap of 11 years. Champions last in 1986. They have just won their 31st All-Ireland title, and Maurice Fitzgerald was superb. 9 points out of a winning tally, and he has a big smile on his face, smiles among the fans as well. The gap has been bridged. The championship season is over for 1997 and Kerry are once again the champions, and Liam Hassett, the captain, takes the cup. The Sam is going down to the sunny southwest. What a scene, what colour, what a setting. Kerry fans have waited an inordinate length of time, 11 years, but the gap has been bridged. John Bannon from Longford checking the watch. And the 109th All-Ireland final gets underway. Down towards Derek Savage. Crowd roaring on their encouragement. Dropping it in there towards Porrick Joyce. Joyce having this chance to put Galway ahead. And he's put it over the bar. Another very good block that time, taking the sting out of that one. Nicely taken up here by Michael Donnellan, who's a terrific footballer, coming forward, looking for another score for Galway, and that's another one. He raises his arms in delight. Michael Donnellan deserved that. The Rainbow, by the way, has been switched on to Michael Donnellan in a switch in the last couple of seconds. McCreary from McCormack. This is a good situation, and that's gone over the bar. Well, it's taken 13 minutes for Kildare's first score, but Eddie McCormack finally made it. Here's McCormack once more. A run forward being made by the number 17, Sos Dowling. Still McCormack. Now Glenn Ryan. Again, some isolation inside there, and it's working out well. McCreary's forward, and there's support from early, and it's in. Finally, a goal does come. Dermot Early, the goal scorer. Buckley sending it in towards that Galway defence, and it's Declan Kerrigan kicking it high and putting it over the bar. He's out there to try and pick up the little pieces that come his way occasionally, and he has now put 2 points between the teams. Players calling for it. Ja Fallon wants it, gives a return once more to Michael Donnellan, holding up the point of the attack against Anthony Rainbow. The angle tight, the kick good, and it sails over the bar. That's the second point for Michael Donnellan. Delighted young Galway fans, pleased to see their side edge within a point of Kildare. Into the corner he goes. Savage switches wings. You see what I mean about him trying to get it onto the left. Fallon again. Hitting this one in, and that's gone over the bar. Ja Fallon, his first point, so he narrows the gap, delighting the fans down there at the Royal Canal end of Croke Park. That was an unerring finish by Ja Fallon. Now the Galway followers want to see a lot more of that. 2 points, the difference. Kevin Walsh leaving it there. And John Divilly was trying to get away from his man, but fouled. That's a great ball. Donnellan inside towards Joyce, here's a chance! Galway surely will score here, and they do! Galway have got in front. Porrick Joyce with a goal after just 4 minutes of the second half. It was a wonderful sweeping movement. It had pace, penetration and accuracy, and Joyce in the end was able to dodge around the defence and plant it into the empty net. They want to take back the Sam Maguire Cup west of the Shannon. The last time it was done was 1966, the end of the 3 in a row, and now Galway lead by 2. That's a big one. That's a very, very good kick. That's over the bar. This man has the look of a winner. They're convinced, and that's a 3rd point for Ja Fallon. That was a tremendous kick, accurate from the time it left his boot, and he opens up a 5-point gap. Those injuries to Quinn and clearly to Glenn Ryan as well, certainly they must be a factor, but Galway have simply turned it on. That's a great catch by Brian Murphy, back down to Brennan, and he's put it over the bar. The 2 second-half subs combining, and Porrick Brennan getting his 3rd point, the first from play. This man here, I'm sure, having checked his watch, realising that with 11 minutes to go, there's still a bit of hope. 113 to 1-8. Over the head of O'Donnell. Comes back in here towards Anthony Rainbow. Kildare, who were hit by injuries going into the match. Niall Buckley laying one on here for Glenn Ryan. Lovely ball to Dermot Earley. Here's a late chance, and it's gone off a defender and it's gone over the bar. And the defender in question was Tomás Meehan. It's one of those shots where you expected to see it buried in the top right-hand corner of Martin McNamara's goal. There are only 3 points between the teams, virtually into injury time. Picked up here by Clancy. Paul Clancy, stopped by Sos Dowling. Back to Silk. Nicely across to Jar Fallon. Nice ball ahead again from Donnellan to Neil Finnegan. Into the corner to Sean Old the player. He looks for another point, and he's got another. And Galway now are surely the champions. A second point by Sean Old the player from Ankeharu Rua. How a wonderful match can change directions in just a couple of seconds. Remember that shot by Dermot Earley? It could have gone into the net, that is. And then Galway would really have been breathing heavily. Galway are the All-Ireland champions from 1998. Galway have won their 8th All-Ireland final, captained by Ray Silk. And including in their ranks many stars. Mick O'Dwyer trying to congratulate the opposite man, John O'Mahony. O'Mahony's men have prevailed. It's Galway's day. They'll be celebrating here as the mass invasion of Galway fans, the maroon and white, swarms on to Croke Park. So Joe McDonagh presents Sam to Ray. The West is truly awake. Galway are the All-Ireland football champions for 1998. What a day. What an occasion. Now remember when he last received the trophy, remember the length of the speech on that occasion. I think the Angelus will probably put back to 7 o'clock tonight. And look at the tears in the eyes. What an occasion. It's impossible not to be affected. Truly great sporting occasion. And what a moment now.
All begins with the GAA Under-21 Football Championship, proudly sponsored by Cadbury.
So the fans take their seats. That's on the new Cusack, the Nally over there, the Hogan stand, the band making its way off. It is Meath who will play from left to right against a very, very light breeze. Beautiful sunshine. Couple of switches in the Meath forward line already. Michael Curley from Galway about to start.
Those switches are the same as Meath have made in every game. Evan Kelly out to right half forward, Ollie Murphy switching corners, Donald Curtis at left corner, he'll come out the pitch, Nigel Messer at left half forward.
So the start of the 112th All-Ireland football final, and Meath going into their first attack. The foul is by Micheál O'Sullivan. Free quickly taken towards Ollie Murphy. Anthony Lynch is doing the marking job. Murphy, right knee very heavily strapped. Good ball inside. Kelly fisting it over the bar. Evan Kelly. That first score has taken under 2 minutes. Very good use of the fist by Evan Kelly coming in from the right half forward position. John McDermott was sliding in. Ponzi O'Mahony is there as well. Comes back out once again. Joe Kavanagh down towards Mark O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan getting away this time from Mark O'Reilly. And this time his kick is a good one. And Mark O'Sullivan has put the ball over the bar. Cork get a point. It's taken them 10 minutes. Well, that'll do O'Sullivan's confidence a great deal of good because it's now 2 points to 1. Won back brilliantly here by Darren Fay, did well to stay on his feet. Here's Trevor Giles, very clever player, always tries to pick out somebody. It's a huge ball inside there towards Graham Geraghty, broken down towards Ollie Murphy, and Ollie Murphy scores! It's a goal for Meath. 25 minutes are gone. Brilliant opportunism by Meath. It's 1-3 to 2 points. But I think a man who takes an awful lot of the credit is Trevor Giles. It was knocked down by Graham Geraghty to Ollie Murphy, who beat Kevin O'Dwyer, the first goal of the game. Huge kick out. John McDermott contesting with Nicholas Murphy, who wins it. That's Micheál O'Sullivan. Towards Philip Clifford. It's fisted away by Cormac Murphy. Back to John McDermott once again. Beats the attempted block. Pressure on the Cork backs once more. Evan Kelly takes it delightfully, and that's kicked over the bar. That's a great point. Evan Kelly with his second point of this final. The match now in injury time at the end of the opening 35 minutes, and just a goal between the teams. This time a good run by Donal Curtis. Hoping to pop it over the bar, but it's Graham Geraghty who takes it instead, and he goes down, and it's a penalty. A penalty for Meath in the very first minute of the second half. Michael Curley was in absolutely no doubt. Once Meath had taken possession, once it was belted in, as the rain pours down yet again at Croke Park, Meath have this glorious chance now to put even further distance between themselves and the Munster champions. It's Trevor Giles to kick it. Kevin O'Dwyer in goal. He saved it. A save by Kevin O'Dwyer. Cork get a lead off. Now Joe Kavanagh. 2 points between the teams. Lots of dummies being sold. It's still Kavanagh. Having assistance and support there. Podsy O'Mahony back to Joe Kavanagh once again. Joe Kavanagh with a goal chance. It's a goal for Cork! Into the second half, Cork lead for the very first time in the All-Ireland final, and this was hand-pasted into Joe Kavanagh, and back once again. He got a goal in the 93 final, he's got a goal now against Meath in the 99 final, and the scoreline right now is Cork 1-6, Meath 1-5. Anybody's match. It'll be Philip Clifford who will kick it. He's just taken off his gloves while he can concentrate fully on the next couple of moments. Tension everywhere. Struck just inside the left-hand post and over the bar. 4 points for Philip Clifford. Teams are level for the third time in the All-Ireland football final, where it's Cork 1-7, Meath 1-7.
Listen, Philip Clifford doing a lot to keep Cork in the game.
That's once again won by Trevor Giles. A clever ball into Graham Geraghty, takes up a good position, gets out ahead of his man, and then he kicks it, and he kicks it over the bar. Graham Geraghty's third. 3 shots on target, 3 points by the Meath captain, and I think they've got the scent of victory in their nostrils. It's 1-11 to 1-8. And it's all over, and Meath are the All-Ireland football champions from 1999. They took their chances. John McDermott delighted. The Meath fans really savouring the moment. Meath were champions in 1996 after a replay. This time around, no replay needed. A disappointed Cork team denied the double. That's Owen Sexton on his knees there, but they had so many wides, and that was one of the features of the match. Cork kicked 15 wides, Meath kicked 12, but Meath kicked the scores as well to win the match by 3 points. Graham Geraghty got 3 very, very valuable scores. So Joe McDonough, GA president, presents Sam Maguire to Graham Geraghty, and Meath are the football champions. Liam McCarthy will spend the year in Cork, but Sam goes down the road to the Royal County. John McDermott celebrates, they celebrate. It's been a great last 15 years really for Meath.
Sean Boylan at the helm throughout all those years, and another success.
Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Right.
So let's take a check on the teams then. Galway were the ones, of course, in the mood for change after they clawed their way back almost 2 weeks ago. Richie Fahy, younger brother of fullback Gary, is given the left corner back position. That's as a replacement for Ray Silk. No alteration of the half-back line where John Dively is flanked by Meehan in the Puer. It's a bit like old times in midfield. The 98 pairing are reunited. That's Sean O'Donnell and Kevin Walsh. Up front, the selectors have opted to start Pádraig Joyce on the 40. Michael Donlan's on the left wing, at least notionally, with Paul Clancy due to start at number 14. Whether he stays there the full duration, well, that's another matter. Well, the Kingdom are happy to give a second chance to the team that started here on Sunday week last. Maurice Fitzgerald is held in reserve. Seamus Moynihan at full back today, but it'll be a big loss for Brian McAniff tomorrow in the international rules match. While Eamon Fitzmaurice is selected to anchor the half-back line, it's Dara O'Shea and Donald Daly at centre field. Dara O'Kinade starts on the 40 in a forward line that includes Noel Kennelly and Johnny Crowley, both substituted in the drawn game. Liam Hassett is the full forward, while the real danger, I think, continues to be Mike Frank Russell. And the match is underway. And it is Kerry who play from left to right. Dara O'Shea. Booted in there by Hassett. Beautiful catch. Johnny Crowley straight in the action straight away. And that is a fantastic kick and a wonderful point. Kerry score after about 17 seconds. Here comes Sean Oak, the player, likes to attack. So it'll be the duty of Aidan McGarrett to tie him back there at left half back if at all possible. Pádraig Joyce has come way out from his full forward position that he started in. That's in by Paul Clancy. Here's an opportunity. A goal! The opening goal of the match. Declan Meehan coming way up from defence. There was a goal in this in the 7th minute of the first half. What about the pass inside, which made it all possible? A brilliant run by the wing-back, and he belted it past O'Keefe. What a time to score in Croke Park. Into Mike Frank Russell. Awkward angle for him. He's got Richie Fahy there for company. Trying to get in along the end line. Mike Frank steadying himself. He's a marvellous footballer. He had to really work that one in. It's ahead by Daly. Dara O'Kinade. Dropping dangerously in. The goalkeeper comes out, he's left it there. Kerry at the chance, and they put it over the bar. But they had a glorious opportunity there through Liam Hassett. He's got himself a point. It could have been a bigger score. It's 7 points to 1-2. Kerry lead. Savage waiting for support. It comes in the figure of Joe Bergen. Dodging away from Donald Daly. That's a great kick. This is a great young talent. Good to see him get his chance. He was so disappointed to have been substituted in the opening match so early. Galway with just 4 scores in the first half, but crucially, one of those was a goal. After 7 minutes, it was their first score, scored by the wing-back Declan Meehan. It's the only goal of the game so far, and there's been some pretty good football. 2 points between the teams. It's Kerry who lead. They have the wind at their backs for the second half. It may have dropped a little bit in its intensity as Galway try to get that ball away there with Tomas Meehan leaving that one behind. Out it comes towards Liam Hassett, and Hassett kicks it beautifully. Great start to the second half. That's his second point. This is Joe Bergen, fed back once again here to Michael Donlan. They're keeping away from goal. Kicked in there towards Clancy. Moynihan drops it down. This time it's Clancy once again, wearing the number 14 for Galway. There's assistance there, and that's put over the bar. Great point. Tommy Joyce, the one who gets his first point here. 43 minutes gone in the match, and now it's Kerry 9 points, Galway 1-5. Kerry lead by just a point. This is Pádraig Joyce recovered. Tomas O'Shea putting in a kind of a half-hearted shoulder.
Joyce getting it onto the left and scoring a wonderful point. Porrick Joyce has just got his first point in the match. And the teams are level for the third time. Galway are very much back in business here, going 6 to 9 points for Kerry. Mike Frank Russell keeping it on the deck. Played ahead by McGarrett, good opening here. Darragh O'Cinneide has support, doesn't need it, going right through the Galway defence. Laying it offside towards Johnny Crowley. Crowley taking on the responsibility to kick and to score. Johnny Crowley has got another point, one in each half now. Kerry fans enjoying it. It's a hugely enjoyable occasion. Kerry, as you can see, have a lead here of 2 points. Johnny Crowley. Eildon McGarrett. Down for Mike Frank Russell. Just 2 men up there. He goes for it himself. It's falling in and it's falling over the bar. It's that kind of day for Kerry. Mike Frank gets a second point. There are under 5 minutes to play. Galway get it back here with Gary Fahy. Shea Walsh, also a terrible ball to Kevin Walsh, and Kerry can just finish it off beautifully here, and it's put over the bar by Johnny Crowley from Glenflesk. He scored his third point, and that is surely that. Kerry are surely this year's champions. It's all over, and that's confirmed as we watch this once again. Crowley scores, and the Sam Maguire Cup is won back by the Munster champions. Darragh O'Cinneide, 4 points, each of them from frees. It was an all-round brilliant performance by Kerry. They went through a very ropey period, but they had possession at that stage. Their heads were high still. They had a great level of confidence in themselves. Great support. Jack O'Connor in there. Maurice Fitzgerald came in early this time. He had an inspiring match. He lifted the team. He scored a point. He did a lot more than that. Handing over the Sam Maguire Cup, and Kerry are the champions. Seamus Moynihan, the very popular captain, and the Kerry fans are having a day of days here at Croke Park.
In ancient Hibernia, the bards wrote of warriors brave and their heroic deeds. Today's heroes play hurling and football, and the bards, they write for the Star. Led by Ger Loughnane and Martin McHugh, the Star team delivers incisive comment and poetic analysis on the weekend's Gaelic action. For Gaelic Games coverage every Monday is Far on Star.
Check on the sides then, and Meath as expected are unchanged. You can hardly improve on a team performance that saw Kerry, the defending champions, literally whipped at the semi-final stage by 15 points. Nigel Crawford and John McDermott are at midfield, and then as we go into the forwards, Trevor Giles of course picked at number 11, could move left, and the inside line includes Ollie Murphy, Graham Geraghty and Ray McGee. Galway have made just one change in personnel following their exciting win over Derry. No movement in personnel among the backs, however. Gary Fahy captains the side from number 3. Tomás Mannion is outside him, flanked by Declan Meehan and Sean Og the player. Kevin Walsh and Michael Donlan in midfield. But up front, Paul Clancy starts today alongside Jaa Fallon, and it's the usual suspects in the key positions, and they are Derek Savage and Porrick Joyce. A lot of potential there. The biggest moment of the year in Gaelic football. Touchdown by Kevin Walsh to Tomás Mannion of Galway. Back to Michael Donlan. Really explosive start.
Yes, indeed, Jaron. On the other side of the field, I know there's a couple of changes in the marking systems. First of all, I think at full forward is Derek Savage.
That's kicked over there. Ray McGee. First point of the match. So very first attack and a very productive opening. Nicely in here to Graham Geraghty. Getting there ahead of Gary Fahy. Held up beautifully, John McDermott. And he has put it over the bar. The umpires took a little while over that one. But Meath have gone back in front again. And they lead by 2 points to 1. Here's Sean Og the player. Nest is after him.
Several players after him, back towards Savage, tight angle, inside towards Porrick Joyce. Can he turn? Plays it back well, and it's kicked over by Joe Bergen. Point for Galway. Well, they may have missed a free a little while ago, but they have taken the lead for the first time. So still 4-3.
Yeah, one of the things we wondered about early on, how well would the Meath defence do in the Galway attack? The Galway attack is getting loads of possession in there, but they're not converting it.
Here's Paul Clancy now, taking on Hank Traynor, showing how it should be done. Great kick. Paul Clancy's first. He's a quality footballer. And the teams are level once again. It's the fourth time they've been level. 4-4. Evan Kelly, second time of asking, feeding it inside towards Nigel Crawford, looking for space. Galway funneling back men. Ray McGee kicking, and Ray McGee has driven it high and over the bar. This to tie it up. It's 6-6. That's his first. Time almost up at the end of the first half, and the referee has blown his whistle. That's the final piece of action. Meath have drawn level. So where they go once again. John McDermott challenged high this time by Bergen. No real attempt to put in a decent tackle. But here comes Graham Geraghty, angling himself straight at Alan Kane.
Again.
He has to be injured. You wouldn't take him off at an All-Ireland final. He's such a valuable forward. So too is Derek Savage. Good work by Mark O'Reilly. Donlan playing it inside for Porrick Joyce. Good steadying effect here by Joyce. He's at his most expressive. He has kicked a fourth point. Galway are dominating and lead by 9 points to 7. Meath need an awful lot more, but still only 2 in it. That's a terrible kick by Trevor Giles. Galway have a chance to win it back here. Dragged down here is Paul Clancy. And the referee is issuing the card, the red card. It's to Nigel Nestor, who was booked already. It's a second yellow card, and Meath are down to 14 players. Just over 15 minutes gone in the second half. Nigel Nestor is sent off, dragging down Paul Clancy here. He's done it once too often in this match, and the referee said, off you go. It was tough in the past to have 14 men beaten 15 in a major final. We've all seen it before. Now it's up to the men in green and gold. Galway putting up a ferocious challenge to them. Donald Curtis furious with the referee. And for his protestations, his team are penalised an extra 13 metres. This is now very, very kickable for Porrick Joyce. Gets a little pat on the head from his brother, Tommy Joyce, as if to say, wish you well. Put it over the bar. Edge of the exclusion zone. 30 metres out. Very, very light breeze at this stage, blowing over his right shoulder towards the left. It's an important one, and he has got it. He's put it over the bar. It's 5 points now for Porrick Joyce. And he's made it 10 points to 7. Graham Geraghty. Remember, it's a Meath team missing the injured Ollie Murphy. Into Paddy Reynolds. Knocking it in well. And that is kicked over the bar by the substitute, John Cullinan. His first chance, his first score. It's a vital one. It means there are only 4 between them. Good ball down. Here it comes again. John McDermott's around, and the referee's giving a penalty. It's a penalty to Meath. Kevin Walsh being spoken to by the referee. And Michael Collins was emphatic. 23.5 minutes into the second half. This to give Meath some real hope. Giles has put it wide. Oh, an amazing miss. They will feel it's their day. Surely after that. They've only scored 8 points. Missed a penalty. Declan Meehan. He's in again. De Poyer is alongside him. Wisely, I think, he put it over the bar. That's his first point. But it's interesting that Sean De Poyer was backing him up just in case a pass came his way, and a goal there, we might as well have blown the whistle. Boric Joyce, it's only shooting practice at this stage. He has kicked 10 points in this All-Ireland football final. It is all over, and Galway are the Bank of Ireland All-Ireland football champions for 2001. A game without any goals. Galway had a couple of chances. Meath had a penalty. Meath also lost Nigel Nestor with 20 minutes of the match remaining. But in spite of all of that, there was one team really up for it today, and they were the men from the West, the first ever side to be beaten in a provincial championship match, to go on and lift the Sam Maguire Cup. But there was no doubt about this. The Sam Maguire Cup is going to Galway. It's the county's 9th All-Ireland title. They're third in the league, as it were, behind Kerry and Dublin. They are the champions for 2001. Everybody wanting a piece of the action.
So a completely new experience for all of these Armagh players. Benny Tierney is the last line of defence, fronted by the McNulty brothers, Enda and Justin. Kieran McGeeney secures the route to goal and plays in his 30th championship match with O'Rourke on his right and McCann on the left. It's Paul McGrain and John Toll at centre field. Oisin McConville is now on the left wing, and the inside forward line has huge potential. Stephen MacDonald joined by young Ronan Clark and of course Diarmuid Marsden.
There's a couple of factors that will shape the game, and maybe a better performance from Marsden than he has given up to now, in particular in the scoring stakes, will be necessary from Armagh. Certainly Stephen MacDonald on the inside line needs more support than he's been getting.
Well, Kerry, with 32 titles, are bolstered, of course, by the availability of Tomás O'Shea following his suspension following the semi-final. As usual, much will depend on the form of Seamus Moynihan. Eamon Fitzmaurice is outside at number 6. It's Dara O'Shea and Donald Daly in midfield. The half-forward line has been earning belated recognition, while the full-forward area has been earning all of the plaudits, and why not, with Russell, O'Kineda and Cooper shooting 6 goals and 60 points between them this year. Fantastic scoring. It's the 115th All-Ireland football final, the Bank of Ireland final. Once again, it's the attacking left half back. Loves to go forward, McCann. Will this one land between the posts? It will, and it's Stephen MacDonald. First point then coming inside the first minute and a half. Good start by Armagh. In towards Darrow Kinnaid. Lovely turn, getting away there from Justin McNulty. Interesting tie-up there. Brosnan lets it run away. Opportunities. Hassett playing it back here to Mike Frank Russell, and that sails over the bar. The teams are level. Good lively start by both teams. This is a decent run by the man who is the speed merchant of the forward line, Sean O'Sullivan himself, switching from the right wing to the left, inside towards Mike Frank Russell, feeding it back here. And it's a great ball over the bar. Russell is the one who kicks it. The pass coming back to him there from Cooper, and it's 4 points to 3. Here's a chance. This is Tony McEntee, John McEntee, I should say, and John McEntee gets his first point. Well, showing no ill effects of the knock earlier on. That's a great score. We're seeing some wonderful long-range shooting in this match. Back it comes towards Mike Frank Russell. 45 metres out. Fitzmaurice is coming into the breach here. Challenged by Marsden, but Marsden can do nothing about it. And he's kicked it over. The man from Finuge. very, very rarely scores in the championship. It's 7 points to 5. Everybody wants to take it forward. Cross towards Cooper, and somehow Darrow Kinnaid managed to hold on to it. And finally, in the end, Colin Cooper drops it over the bar. It's his second point. 2 shots at the target, 2 points. The Kerry fans absolutely happy, and the Armagh young man here, well, I'm sure he's full of hope still. 11-6. Barry O'Hagan calling for it. This is O'Hagan coming through. Been urged on. Is there a gap? Dermot Marsden back to O'Hagan. Here's a chance of a goal. A real opportunity falling to Oisin McConville, and it's a penalty. McConville at the end of the movement there. Fouled. Fitzmaurice is furious. John Bannon nonplussed. He says it's a penalty. A minute to go to the end of this first half. Oisin McConville took it in, and you can see he was trying to burrow his way through. Taken down, the referee has decided. On the other hand, Kerry defenders and fans will feel McConville may have been charging.
Well, certainly was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I felt Oisin may have been, or certainly was charging in that case, but again, John Bannon saw it differently, and he's the one that counts. 3
penalties in All-Ireland finals in the past for Armagh, and this one is missed. O'Hagan kicking it ahead. Late chance perhaps in this first half for Armagh, and they've taken it, and it is Dermot Marsden with his second point. This is a player of immense talent. Potentially he's the best player on the Armagh team. He's made it 11 points to 7.
Yeah, that's a good score indeed that time.
Dermot Marsden, 3 men against him. It releases Andrew McCann. How they could do with a goal like the one he got 2 years ago against the same opposition. Then it was a nice hot afternoon. It's quite cold and breezy now. This is inside towards McGrain. It comes back nicely. It's the first goal, and it's scored by Oisin McConville. It brings the Armagh fans to life. They're back in it. Only a point separating the teams. 19 minutes into the second half, a vital break. Watch as McConville was on hand, taking a little pass there and crashing it past Declan O'Keefe.
Fantastic piece of combined play that time, and a wonderful finish inside the near post from Oisin McConville. Now the game hopefully will come to life. Wonderful piece of play. Lovely little flick on.
It's anybody's match again. Armagh looking for the equaliser. Will they get it through Ronan Clark? Moynihan comes out. It's a good one, and it's over the bar, and the teams are level. The O'Rourke family very well represented in this Armagh panel. Dropped in neatly here. Once again, it is Stephen McDonnell, and he's put it over the bar. It's his 3rd point. More significantly, Armagh lead the All-Ireland final. Tomas O'Shea feeding it in, and good defensive play by Armagh. It's out to Kieran McGeady, the captain. It's all over.
What a result, sure. Fantastic result for Armagh. Oh, what a credit to them, the way they applied themselves when everything seemed gone from them.
A fantastic day for Armagh. They have won the All-Ireland. Sam is going north once again. First time since 1994. The cup is going over the border. Kieran McGeady, the captain of the first ever Armagh team to win Sam. A delighted Kieran McGeady, and a delightful day. Look at that scene. Just quite amazing.
All begins with the GAA Under-21 Football Championship, proudly sponsored by Cadbury.
Well, we'll check on the team news, and the champions Armagh, as expected, name an unchanged formation for the 3rd match in a row. 11 of today's starters began last year's decider against Kerry. Paul Hearty has now taken over in goal from the retired Benny Tierney.
while young Andy Mallon has been a permanent fixture this year at cornerback. Philip Loughran takes his opportunity with both hands in midfield and lines up alongside Paul McGrain. And technically the fourth newcomer is Tony McEntee, although he came on to play his part in last September's dramatic victory. And the biggest decision for the Mentors was the selection of Ronan Clarke ahead of Paddy McKeever, although the latter is among the subs. Plenty of good options available to Joe Kernan among his subs. People like Barry O'Hagan, John Toll and so on. Tyrone's management team went for reassurance when they announced their team on Tuesday night, but lingering doubts have persisted over the inclusion of captain Peter Canavan and cornerback Kieran Gourley. The up-to-the-minute situation is that Gourley is listed to start in spite of damaged shoulder ligaments. It's a defensive lineup that's been altered through necessity during the year, but the one constant factor has been the presence of wing-backs Conor Gormley and Philip Jordan. And while most of this team have All-Ireland medals at either minor or under-21 level, the two wide attackers, Brian Dooher and Gerard Cavelan, are looking to start their collection this afternoon. As usual, expect Enda McGinley to scrap for possession in deep positions, setting up chances for Canavan and Mulligan. Match referee is Brian White. He's the fifth Wexford man to referee a senior football final. He lives in Clonmel. Some switches in the Armagh team with Diarmuid Marsden and Ronan Clarke making a switch, but it's the start of the 114th All-Ireland football final. And straight away it's Tony McEntee in midfield. And Santa Claus is here a bit early. Mind you, he is supporting the Armagh cause. That's going to get hot between now and 5. It gives Peter Canavan a chance to open the scoring. 20 metres out. He's done exactly that. An easy one. Critical decision made there against Andrew McCann for the foul on Brian Dooher off the ball. Struggling over there is Kevin Hughes. Good attack here by Armagh. Inside towards John McEntee. On the left boot, it's over. Great attack, great finish by John McEntee. This is just outside the 45-metre line. Inside towards Brian McGuigan, a flu victim in the last couple of days. Taken on O'Rourke, back to Peter Canavan once again. Canavan leaving it there for Cavelan, and that's a very fine shot indeed, and it's over the bar. So 3 attacks producing 3 points, but significantly 2 of them for Tyrone. It's 13 minutes now since Armagh has scored. And the champions kick out once again has gone astray to Gerard Cavelan, laid along the line here. Inside towards Brian McGuigan, ready to take on McGeaney, taking him on in some style and cracking it beautifully over. But it all came from that horrible kick out by Paul Hirty. It's something that Joe Kernan, I'm sure, has noticed. He's on his feet straight away, having words with his goalkeeper. 5-1. The referee is, well, I thought he was whistling because McEntee was taking his time about it. Great ball down. Gathered in well here by Diarmuid Marsden. An enterprising one in. MacDonald's around. Gavin Devlin trying to snuff it out. Still MacDonald on his left boot and over. Well, that underlines the danger that is Stephen McDonnell. Will he end up being Footballer of the Year? They get it out towards Kevin Hughes, the midfielder. Smooth as you like, out to Philip Jordan. Chasing back there is John McEntee, the number 11, coming into picture. Kavanagh, referee, has noted the player going down injured. Philip Jordan's down. The referee might have a word with Philip Loughran about that. Notebook's out, he's been checking the numbers.
Yes, he could be in trouble this time, Ger, because he definitely took him with a late tackle to the head. It's
yellow. So that's 2 yellow cards against Armagh players, Francie Bellew and now Philip Loughran. Peter Canavan to kick for Tyrone, and the captain kicks and he puts it over the bar. 4 frees taken, 4 points for the captain. Is this to be the day when Peter the Great will get his hands on the elusive All-Ireland medal? He's made it 6-3. Free kick taken by John McEntee. Here's Philip Loughran. Stephen McDonnell instinctively kicking. Quick look at the target. That is a brilliant point. He didn't give himself an extra second to look at the target. He just took it in his stride, and in one sweeping movement with great confidence and accuracy, he struck it between the posts. Here's Stephen O'Neill. Nasty forward. Kavanagh missed the goal chance earlier. McGinley's in. He's got Canavan, and he's kicked it off the goalkeeper's legs, and it's over the bar. McGinley was the one coming through. He will take the credit, but there was a goal chance there right at the end of the half, because Canavan was waiting inside. Paul Hearty made a good save. Canavan might have had a goal. He's got 5 points, all from frees. He's lost at the pace in spite of the pain he must be suffering from that ankle injury. And Tyrone are waiting outside the entrance to the dugout. There they go now, in with Armagh. It's been played in a very good spirit. 3 yellow cards in all. Not a great deal to choose between them, but it's Tyrone who've made the brighter start to this 114th All-Ireland football final, and Tyrone, the challengers, leading the champions by 8 points to 4. We're ready to go for the start of the second half. We've had a change, as you know. We've also had a streaker. He did not win the Best Dressed Man award, and he's gone, thankfully. Second half is underway. So just 4 points between them. And again, it hots up, but just the steam taken out of it very, very quickly by the presence of the match referee. McKeever struggling. They try to get it out with Mallon. Oh, a bit untidy. And Philip Jordan there indicating to referee Brian White that there was a loose kick there by an opponent. Here's a chance with O'Neill. Kavlan! Goal! Should have been for Gerard Kavlan. It was as good a goal chance as he's ever going to get. Let's hope they can settle down and play football. Only 3 in it, 25 minutes to go. Tyrone of the free kick. Owen Mulligan hasn't scored so far. Peter Canavan is off, remember. And the recurrence of the old ankle injury for Canavan. Mulligan to kick. Will it curl? It's on its way. It's over. Point for a free then from Owen Mulligan. And that means that 6 of Tyrone's scores have come from frees. They lead by 4. His first. It comes out here towards Kieran Hughes. It's very scrappy. Aidan O'Rourke to bring a bit of order perhaps to it. Paddy McKeever, high challenge by Kevin Hughes. What will the referee do now?
That's a very bad tackle by Kevin Hughes that time. It certainly clotheslined him. It wouldn't be surprised to me if the referee sends him off, because there's been an awful lot of messing going on in the opening period of this second half.
He is very, very fortunate.
Just look at the number of players around the middle third of the field. It's absolutely saturated there with players at the moment.
This is MacDonald. If he can get the ball inside, given decent opportunities, he'll score. But he's very far out from target. He's taken 2 of them on. MacDonald, a real hit and hope one. Will it have the distance? Dropping in towards Marsden. Backs out again beyond McEntee. And McKeever. Paddy McKeever holding it up. Trying to burst his way through. It's not easy. And the referee saw an arm coming in. And there's a Tyrone player down just off the ball. There he is.
Yeah, there's definitely an incident there. I think a Tyrone player came flying in at an Armagh player, and a punch was thrown. I think it's Philip Jordan has gone down, but I think he made a run at somebody. I think it was at Marsden. But
it is Marsden. He's isolating Marsden, and he's going across to his umpires, Martin.
There's your red.
21 minutes are gone, and Armagh have lost a player. 21 minutes into the second half. Diarmuid Marsden is sent off. Peter Canavan is preparing to come back in. They're using up the 5 substitutes very, very wisely as O'Neill storms ahead. And he kicks and he puts it over. Stephen O'Neill, his first point. What a substitute. We've always known him to be a terrific player. Another 2 minutes to play. Dooher into the clear. Armagh could do with a score, or Tyrone could do with a score here. They might just get it. They have. Stephen O'Neill has kicked a second point. It might now be enough. A goal would still level it for Armagh in a gripping final few minutes. But Tyrone fans now believe their side, which has led from the start, will lead to the finish. 12-9. Well, they look like they've lost their title. Tyrone look like they're about to win theirs for the first time ever. The referee looks at his watch. It's with Kevin Hughes. It's down there into the space, into Enda McGinley. Tyrone hold. What they hold at this stage, they will keep, or at least hope to do so. It's gone wide.
Well, this will be a sweet victory for Tyrone. To deny your neighbours immortality makes it twice as sweet. And to become the 19th team ever to win an All-Ireland share.
They've done it! Tyrone are the All-Ireland champions! Mickey Hart has led a team through minor success, under-21 success, and the biggest success of all, on the biggest day in Gaelic football in 2003. Tyrone, the 19th ever team to win the All-Ireland Senior Football Championship. They led from the beginning. They've won by 3. They've denied Armagh. And Tyrone fans crying tears of joy. They're swarming onto the field. Scenes of absolute delight. How they will celebrate in Moy, how they'll celebrate in Benburb and Cookstown and Omagh and all those wonderful places where Sam will now be taken. Places that I'm sure will enjoy wonderful moments in the next few days and weeks. Peter Canavan has led them to the promised land. He was not to be denied. It's Tyrone's trophy. It's Tyrone's day. They're champions. Sean Kelly with the presentation, Peter Canavan with Sam, and Tyrone become the 6th Ulster county to lift the trophy. Tyrone are the 2003 Bank of Ireland football champions. Our congratulations to them. What a scene, what a setting. What a night they'll have here in Dublin. What a day they'll all have tomorrow. And what a welcome Sam and the team will receive and deserve. Well, for Kerry, the big talking point this week was the decision to start Johnny Crowley in place of Mike Frank Russell. The Glen Flesk man lines up alongside team captain Dara O'Kinada in the full forward line. Between them, Crowley and O'Kinada have played in 88 championship matches for the Kingdom. Sadly, injury, as you know, keeps out Dara O'Shea. And in the reshuffle, Owen Brosnan's in midfield with Declan O'Sullivan now on the 40. Mayo's management team had a number of really tough calls to make this week, and they've opted for Dermot Geraghty to start at cornerback in place of Conor Moran, and Fergal Kelly has again been preferred to David Brady. One or two more might have been looking over their shoulders as well, but the forward line at least has been left intact in the interest of continuity. Alan Dillon and Brian Maloney were the players most at risk, I'm told, but Dillon in particular gives the team free taking options. So those are the two teams. Final is underway, and straight away it is William Kirby of Kerry trying to set up the first attack, linking up with Declan O'Sullivan from Drummond Pierces, same club of course as Jack O'Connor comes from. He's made a fair bit of headway, good incision, good shoulder by Heaney, dragged around there, just around 18 metres out, free in, should be the opening point. And this is the first free kick then of the match for Dara O'Kinada. Looking at the pitch earlier on, there's not a great deal of grass on it, so can he get his toe under this one? He can, swings it over the bar confidently. And Kerry go in front. Ronan McGarrity's had a great season. Trying to shrug off the attentions of Brosnan. Next into challenge was Liam Hassett, linking up here with Kieran MacDonald. MacDonald challenged by Fitzmaurice, about whom there was a slight doubt before the game. Good looking shot, it's a huge one, what a point! That's one to lift the crowd, that's one to lift the team. Kieran MacDonald from Crossmarina, first kick, and it goes sailing over brilliantly. Look how he shrugged aside the attentions of Fitzmaurice and hit a belter. Mike McCarthy pleading. Referee says play on, Mortimer does. 2 men to aim inside, it skips past them. It's in there for Alan Dillon. Here's Dillon! What a goal! Only 4 minutes are gone, and Mayo go in front. Once again, questions were asked of the Kerry full back line, and once again they were found wanting. The ball skid along there. Dillon took up a good position, rounded the goalkeeper, and simply couldn't miss.
Just watch that, Ger. Just watch composure, composure, and composure.
It's 50 metres out from goal. They go short. Brosnan wanted it. Good call. Dropping away left. It'll stay in play. Nicely held into Johnny Crowley. They're feeding it up. Hassett was coming into it, and it's Cooper who got the kick to it. The point is by Colin Cooper. Eamon Fitzmaurice. Huge one down towards Cooper. What a lovely catch. Beautiful fluency. Taking on Kelly. He can get a goal here, and he does. 25 minutes are gone. That is his 5th goal in Championship football. Gooch Cooper with his first of the season here, easily taking it past a hapless defence. He exposed their limitations, he ran through and belted it in past Peter Burke. This to make it 111 to 1-4. David Murphy beaten already once in this game. Alan Dillon, the goal scorer, ready to take this. He takes all the frees from the left-hand side with the right boot, and with very good effect. First pointed free of the match to add on to the goal. So there's 7 between them. Will probably be the final kick of the first half, and is. Kerry started well. Mayo came back, but then it was all of Kerry. William Kirby and his colleagues enjoyed the lion's share of possession, scored freely, played some wonderful football, and Colin Cooper scored their goal after 25 minutes to match Alan Dillon's for Mayo after 4. And as the teams go in at half-time in this 115th All-Ireland football final, it is Kerry who lead Mayo in this battle of the champions. Munster against Connacht. Nearly 80,000 people have seen this first half, and the score at the break, Kerry 1-12, Mayo 1-4. Eventually it's Trevor Mortimer. He couldn't hold it. Over there supporting him is Michael Conroy. Nice ball in, here's a chance. Real opportunity for Conor Mortimer, and that one's over the bar. Might have ended up in the back of the Kerry net. Michael Conroy. It'll be a real lesson for the likes of Michael Conroy here. If they can build upon it and if they can learn from the experience. That's the super point there. Kicked over by Alan Dillon. A goal and 2 points for Dillon.
Well, for Kerry again, it's going to be their, what is it, Ger, the 33rd All-Ireland final, and for Mayo, unfortunately, a bleak statistic.
Yeah. And we haven't had a score for either team now for quite some time. Not since the 63rd minute. This might change with David Brady. Dishing it off here. Mortimer to finish, to style, it's belted in. And it's Michael Conroy for his troubles. It's come in the last minute of the game, but the under-21 star, Michael Conroy, at the end of a very fine move by Mayo. David Brady offloading it outside here. Trevor Mortimer stepping by the challenge of Aidan O'Mahony, and it came back, and a good thump by Michael Conroy into the back of the Kerry net. Kerry have done all they had to do and played some fantastic football. It was champagne fair from Jack O'Connor's team. Mayo a pale shadow of what they can be, but then they weren't allowed this afternoon by a superb team who are Munster champions early in the year. Had to go through 2 tough matches to beat Limerick, then beat Dublin, then beat Derry, and now they have walloped Mayo in the final without the inspiration of Darragh O'Shea, who missed the match through injury. And as the fans come streaming in, it's Kerry who can celebrate their 33rd All-Ireland triumph for the record at Croke Park. The final score here shows Kerry the victors by 120 to Mayo's 2-9. Cup, the most famous cup in Irish sport, Sam Maguire, presented to Darragh O'Cinneide on a day when Kerry are crowned the champions.